Hi everyone, Don Peterson coming to you again from the north side of Atlanta at the Swing Factory Golf Performance Studio. I've got 5 more tips for senior golfers. If you haven't seen my first video, please check it out, 5 tips for senior golfers. This time I want to talk about a few other things that might be really important for you as a senior to play your best golf. First thing I wanted to talk about was eyewear. All right, as we get older, eyesight diminishes a little bit. Myself, I can see close up okay, but my distance vision got worse as I got older. So I found myself getting eyeglasses in order to drive and play golf with. I need to see at a distance. I need to see the flag, I need to see bunkers, I need to see the darkness of the green or the grass. So I wore glasses while I was playing. And at first I thought, bifocals would be a smart idea because I could look down at the golf ball and it'd be clear, and I'd look up and it would be clear at a distance, but I was wrong. The bifocal really messed with me, so I didn't like that. So I would recommend being careful purchasing a pair of glasses with bifocals on them. So I went with just the distance for driving and for playing golf. I also found that a rim bothered me. Okay, so as you set up to the golf ball, if you look down through your glasses and you see a rim there, that's going to be distracting as you're swinging back and forth through impact. So I went with a silhouette style, very lightweight, clear glass for playing in cloudy days. But then I went out and bought myself a nice pair of prescription sunglasses that were good for the distance and no rims, and that protected me during sunny days. So I would recommend, a really nice pair of prescription sunglasses for sunny days. When it's cloudy, I find these to be a little bit dark, or even at sunset when it's starting to get a little dark out there. Those of you who play real early in the morning, you might like sunglasses on in the morning. So I also have a pair of clear glasses that I use. So get yourself the right eye gear, and it's going to help your game a lot, especially as we grow older and we start losing our ability to see either close up or far away. Tip number 2 for senior golfers. I think as you get older, one of the things we lose is we lose some distance. So most of you have probably considered clubs and equipment. I want to express that if you haven't tried going longer, that is an option now. In the old days, a longer club with the steel shaft would make the club longer, and be harder to swing, heavier, and a little bit harder to play with. But in modern technology, the graphite shafts and everything makes everything a lot lighter, easier to swing. So if you switch from steel, like I did, back when I was younger, I swung with a steel shaft all the time, and you go to graphite, you're going to automatically gain a 1/2 inch. Standard length for clubs is a 1/2 inch longer for graphite. It's because of the weighting in the head and everything. But I would also consider, if I were you, tacking on a 1/2 inch to that, because the lighter they make these clubs, the easier they are to swing. So the added length is going to give you a tremendous boost for distance, as long as you're strong enough to swing it. I think with the lighter clubs, that is an option now. So if you really feel like you're losing some height on the ball and losing distance, consider going to a really lightweight graphite club and maybe tack on a little extra length and try it. You can generally go to a fitting studio and they'll let you try 1/2 inch longer and 1 inch longer. Some of them have 1.5 inches and 2 inch longer. See, I wouldn't recommend getting much more. If your standard length, like I said, a standard graphite is 1/2 inch already longer. You might want to try that before you go to a full inch longer. But after you get used to 1/2 inch longer, another 1/2 inch is actually not a big deal. So make sure you have them lie tested, so you make sure with the extra length you get the correct lie on the bottom. So custom fit clubs, maybe a little bit longer because of the nice lightweight technology we have now. You can go longer and hit longer shots out on the golf course. Okay, tip number 3 for you senior golfers out there. You're going to be hitting less greens, more than likely. You know, the golf course, if you play from the length that you normally play from and you're getting a little bit shorter as you get older, you're going to be hitting it shorter and you're going to have more shots with wedges. So dial in your wedges, okay? Practice more with all of the wedges in your bag. Learn how to hit different length shots. Learn your yardages. That's crucial. All right, so with modern technology, you can get yourself on a launch monitor. And what I would suggest you do is, I've got a video about going knee high, waist high, shoulder high, and then a full swing. And if you do that with all of your wedges, you know, if you've got 3 wedges in your bag, that's 4 shots with each club that all go a different distance and all have a different result when it hits the green. Obviously, you know, this 52 wedge, if I go, you know, waist high with it and hit a shot into a green, it's going to bounce a little bit and then check up. If I go with a 60-degree wedge and I swing back to waist high and turn through, it's going to fly in there and stop a little bit more quickly. So learn your wedges inside and out. That's going to help you, because if you're a little short on some of your par 4s and maybe you're a little bit further away on your par 5s, you got to dial in those wedges and be able to get it close and keep that handicap low. All right, so get out there, dial in all of your wedges, know how far you hit it. In fact, you can take a little piece of tape and tape it on your wedge. You can go knee high, waist high, shoulder high, and a full swing, and mark those yardages on each wedge so you know about how far you hit it, and then you know about how far it's going to roll out too. Again, on the launch monitors with the spin ratios and everything, if you get a good TrackMan, or you get on a Flight Scope or one of the better launch monitors, you're going to be able to see how far the ball flies and then how far it rolls out as well. So do that and dial in your wedges to keep those scores low and beat your opponents. Okay, tip number 4 has to do with your golf ball. Again, this is an equipment tip, but I would make sure you do a ball fitting. For those of us who have different swing speeds, as you get older, you're losing club head speed, and you're probably losing ball speed. So let's take advantage of technology and find which ball comes off with more speed and more you carry, more carry if you need it. And Bridgestone is a really good ball that does fittings. So find yourself a location where you can do a ball fitting through Bridgestone. They have a lot of options for seniors, women, and junior that other ball companies don't have. So get yourself ball fitted, make sure you're swinging and hitting a golf ball that's going to give you maximum distance out on the golf course. One more thing about the golf ball, you notice I brought up a couple of yellow balls. So these are kind of fluorescent looking. Several of my friends actually play this yellow ball, and it's because their eyesight is gone and they can't see the white ball out in the clouds or out in the sky as well. This ball does show up very well as you get older and your eyesight diminishes. So you might want to try that and see how comfortable you feel hitting a yellow ball out on the golf course. Okay, and final tip for seniors, golfers out there, is another personal experience tip. I got long sleeves on, but I got a set of these sleeves to protect my skin more than anything, because I'm kind of light complected. But I started wearing these out on the golf course, and you just slide them on. If you've got a short sleeve shirt, it's 90, 95 degrees out there. You don't want the sun beating down on you for 4 hours. So I slid these on, but what I found was really neat was when I put them on, the white sleeve actually felt cooler because the sun reflected off of it. You know, your skin soaks up that heat. So I found it actually much cooler putting the sleeve on. I think a lot of you might have this the belief that, oh, that looks hot. You know, I'm not going to put something like that on my sweaty arms in the middle of the summer when it's 98 degrees or something. But I actually found it cooler. It reflected the light off of my arms. But the other thing you can do is you can soak these in water. And I'll tell you, when you put those things on after you soak them in water, the air blows through there. It's like wearing an air conditioner. So These things are, in my opinion, invaluable. This one's a little bit dirty. I wore them so much last summer, so I need to clean them up. But get yourself a pair of sleeves if you want to get out there and you don't want to wear long sleeves on your shirt. Don't buy long sleeve shirts. All you need is a couple of these and slide them on. Keep them in your golf bag so you have them with you everywhere you go. So that's the top next 5 tips for senior golfers. If you haven't seen my other video, I'll have a link for it below. So if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and ring the bell down there. Like the video, subscribe, and then ring the bell so you'll be notified for any other videos that we send out. We'll be sending out continuous content now from the Swing Factory Golf Performance Studio here in Roswell, Georgia. Thanks, and have a great day. Oh, hey, you looking for a game? Come on, you can join us. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and we'll notify you next time we come out for a game.